I've been talking about the Atlanta Falcons a lot in the past couple of weeks. But the main issue seems to be two things. One, Marcus Mariota, and two, the head coach. Because the head coach doesn't seem to see what every Falcons fan has seen. And I saw a post on the Bleacher Report from this past weekend saying that Arthur Smith was going to keep Marcus Mariota as his starting quarterback. And every comment I saw under that post was like, this coach doesn't know what he's doing. This coach deserves to be fired. This coach, deserves, because he needs to at least give Ritter a chance or get Ritter involved in some plays in order to develop him. Because I gotta be honest, I saw a tweet, and the tweet will be right here. That is a tweet from the coach of the Atlanta Falcons. He believes that Marcus Mariota is not a majority of the offensive issues. I beg to differ. I really beg to differ. Because the only part of the offense that we've really seen that have a problem with is the passing game. Drake London the past couple of weeks hasn't gone over 50 yards. Kyle Pitts has rarely gone over 50 yards in the past couple of weeks. The only thing that's good about the offense right now is currently the running game, and that's because we have four capable running backs of running it down people's throats. And the pass defense is just absolutely terrible. So I don't really think that Arthur Smith is in the right mindset to be saying this type of stuff, because how are you going to say that Marcus Mariota isn't a majority of the passing issues when he's 19th in passing yards, and you got really a good set of young weapons that can really develop with the proper quarterback? The only thing is, Marcus Mariota is not the proper quarterback to develop. And the fact that he still sees that Marcus Mariota is a starter at the Atlanta Falcons means our receiving options are just not going to develop. Because Drake London's not going to get close to 1,000 yards. Neither is Kyle Pitts. And there's at least 7 games left in the NFL season. And I think Kyle Pitts and Drake London are only in the 300-yard mark. So that means Marcus Mariota would have to pick up his passing. And also another thing I want to say right here. The coach of the Atlanta Falcons, Arthur Smith, still believes that the Falcons are in a playoff battle. Let's just get one thing straight right here. The Atlanta Falcons are only in the playoff battle because the Buccaneers have sucked this year. That is the only reason. If it wasn't for Tom Brady and the Buccaneers sucking this year, this division would already be under wraps. I expect the Buccaneers throughout the rest of the season to finish off the NFC South. And I've been seeing multiple articles saying that the Falcons could be playing the Buccaneers in the end of the season for the NFC South. That is false. Let's take a look at the remaining part of the schedule. This week, we got Chicago. This week, we got Chicago. The next week, we got the Commanders. The next week, we got Pittsburgh. So we got Chicago with Justin Fields, who has been absolutely killing it when it comes to rushing for the Chicago Bears, and he's a majority part of their rushing. We got the Commanders, who just upset the Philadelphia Eagles and gave the Philadelphia Eagles their first loss of the season. And then we got the Pittsburgh Steelers, who just got T.J. Watt back. And yes, T.J. Watt did not do very good in his first game back, but he's going to get better over the rest of the season. And then let's keep going. Okay, what's also part of the remaining schedule? Well, we're going to have to face the Ravens and Lamar Jackson. That's going to be a loss. We're going to have to face Arizona Cardinals and Kyler Murray. We actually have a chance when it comes to that, but I don't really give us that much of a chance against Arizona Cardinals. And then to end the season off, we have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And I'm pretty sure I'm forgetting a game because that's 6 games left, and we played 10 games. So there's 1 game I'm missing. And that game is... I'm not even going to talk about that game. So Chicago, Washington, Steelers, Arizona Cardinals. Oh, how could I forget? The New Orleans Saints. And the New Orleans Saints beat us in our first year. That is the only game I see us capable of winning. And that is only due down to New Orleans sucking this year as well. But hey, let's say this. What if New Orleans were to come off the next couple of weeks heading into the Falcons game on a winning streak? Then we're probably going to lose because New Orleans is going to every team is going to attack this passing defense from the Atlanta Falcons until we get AJ Terrell back. Things are just not going to get better. And even with AJ Terrell back, it's just not going to get better because AJ Terrell can't cover everybody on the field. And that's just a sad, simple fact that the Atlanta Falcons is. So when I see the coach for the Atlanta Falcons saying that Marcus Mariota is not majority of the offensive problems, I tend to disagree. Because if it wasn't for Marcus Mariota, if we were to have a quarterback that can run and still throw the ball deep and actually throw accurately, then our wide receivers will be developing. But we don't have that type of a quarterback. We have a quarterback that is only the Atlanta Falcons quarterback because Arthur Smith was the offensive coordinator for the Tennessee Titans when Marcus Mariota got drafted to the Tennessee Titans in 2015. That is the only reason Marcus Mariota is still the quarterback, because this coach, for some whatever reason, still loves this guy since 2015. I don't know what he sees, but like I said, on the post for the Bleacher Report, I saw many Falcons fans asking why this coach is still starting Mariota and not giving Ritter at least a couple snaps into their involving Ritter in some way. Ritter can throw the ball, and Ritter's still mobile. He did have over 2,000 yards rushing in his college career, so he can run the ball, and he's 6'4", so you know he's a big guy. He's built like that. I just want to see Ritter get a couple of chances, and I just want to see the coach stop saying that Marcus Mariota isn't a majority part of problems for the offensive team for the Atlanta Falcons, because he says that some offensive linemen are out. Yes, but even before, Marcus Mariota was still barely passing the ball, and he was still getting a lot of sacks. In fact, when the offensive line was actually good, that was the time that Marcus Mariota was fumbling the ball. So, Marcus Mariota is just the problem of the Atlanta Falcons. I do not see any other problem. Because Drake London is a guy that's 6'4" and it can't catch. Kyle Pitts, you saw what Kyle Pitts did last year with Matt Ryan, had over 1,000 yards as a rookie tight end, and he is 6'6". So these guys are not some short guys. And then we got speedsters like Olamide Zaccheaus and Damiere Byrd. Right now it seems Marcus Mariota's number one target, or its easiest target to get to, is Olamide Zaccheaus, because Zaccheaus has like 24 targets for 21 catches for 24 targets. So it seems like that Olamide Zaccheaus is right now, like a very clutch wide receiver, but he just can't seem to get enough or more targets, even though Marcus Mariota seems to throw him the ball a decent amount of times. But most of the time when he does get the ball thrown to him, he does catch it. So we need to see more from Marcus Mariota. If I see more passing from Marcus Mariota, and I see him get better at throwing a ball, and see him give the wide receivers actual targets, then I will change my mind about Marcus Mariota. But I'm going to have to see what happens in the Chicago game, because the Chicago Bears game is going to be a very close game. And I wish I wouldn't say that, but Justin Fields is going to attack this pass defense, and he's going to attack us with this rushing and his speed, with speed with the ball. And if the Falcons cannot run the ball against Chicago defense, this game is going to come down to Marcus Mariota passing. And like Arthur Smith says, he says that a majority part of the reason it's not on Marcus Mariota. Well, Marcus Mariota is going to have to prove if the coach is right or wrong. But in my instance, I think the coach is wrong, and the coach should not have said what he said, because I think that Marcus Mariota is the majority part of the offensive problems for the Atlanta Falcons.